Our lead story today, Christian Wolff, the second most powerful person in German politics, has resigned because he got a home loan at slightly preferential rates. President Zuma, last week you said that South Africa is the only country in the world with a program to fight corruption. But would your deputy president resign if we discovered such a minor infraction?
Tim, this wouldn't happen in South Africa.
Are you saying South Africa is less corrupt than Germany?
No, Tim. It wouldn't happen because nobody would find out about it. We are the only country in the world with a plan to fight corruption. That plan is called the Secrecy Bill. If you don't know about corruption, it does not exist.
Molo Sani Bonani Dakse, how's it? I'm Tim Modise. This is ZANews. Let's get it on. My guest a little later is former President Thabo Mbeki. Welcome, sir.
Please, save your applause for after I have finished my speech. So about 5 hours from now.
More of that later. Traditional leaders are said to be even less accountable if the Traditional Courts Bill is passed in Parliament. Critics of the bill say that giving chiefs the power to be sole judge and jury in traditional courts will open the way to abuses of power and miscarriages of justice, and will return the 17 million South Africans who are ruled by traditional leaders to the same position they were in under the old homeland system. Chief, you are a traditional leader. How do you justify medieval powers while living in a modern democracy?
Well, you see, that is the great thing about being chief. I don't have to justify nothing to no one.
What do you say to people who accuse this bill of entrenching corrupt and unaccountable homelands?
Tim, this is nothing like a homeland. In the homelands, the rulers did whatever they wanted. They were paid huge amounts by Pretoria. The people lived in terrible conditions and could not vote. Under this system, the rulers do whatever we want. We get paid huge amounts by Pretoria. The people live in terrible conditions, but they can vote. Absolutely. We allow them to vote. Okay, Gloria, I'm ready for my sponge bath now. Gloria, yay! Sorry, Tim. It's time for my traditional bath with my traditional secretary. Yeah, keep it clean.
And now to my guest, a blast from the past, former President Thabo Mbeki. Welcome to ZANews.
It is nice to be back in ZANews, Tim. It gets a bit lonely out there.
Mr. President, you have been appointed as chairman of the new United Nations Economic Commission for Africa with a special mandate to investigate looting in the continent.
Yes, Tim, you know, it is a disgrace. Every year, $25 billion come into Africa, but 50 billion leave it.
Who is doing this?
Naughty people, Tim.
But are we talking about African leaders looting their own countries, or Western powers, or Asia?
Tim, as you know, Africans are genetically incapable of doing anything bad. So my guess is that we are looking at foreigners, probably Europeans.
Mr. President, some might say that it's a bit ironic that you were chosen to chair this commission.
Irony is lost on me. I'm like Teflon for irony.
No, I just mean it was under your administration that South Africa spent 40 billion rand on weapons it didn't need. Technically, you helped Swedish and British arms dealers to loot South Africa to the tune of 40 billion rand.
Okay, I told your people I would talk about anything you wanted except anything I didn't want to talk about. I will not talk about the so-called arms deal.
Okay, let's talk about Zimbabwe.
Oh my God.
Your program of quiet diplomacy kept Robert Mugabe in power for 10 years longer than might have been the case. And some believe that he has looted state coffers in those 10 years, shipping millions offshore.
Oh, look, I'm being interviewed by Uncle Tom.
How do we stop the looting in Africa?
Well, Tim, I think it's obvious. We need to stop just giving away our precious assets.
Agreed.
And we need to start selling them at discounted rates to preferred bidders and so on, like China.
But that's not investment, that's just economic colonialism.
Listen, Sonny, I know a little bit about international trade, okay? I was the only one who sold South Africa's moral compass. And I got top dollar for it.
Which is why it's a bit rich for you to be chairing this committee.
A bit rich is better than a bit poor. It's Africa's time to be rich. And if Africa's leaders are the conduit through which that wealth flows, then we are willing to make that sacrifice. We are ready to serve our people by being crushed by huge piles of money. That's what being a leader is all about.
Benjamin Netanyahu, please.
Hello?
Benny, it's Barack. How's the weather in Tel Aviv?
Sunny, with a chance of nuclear devastation from the east.
Yeah, about that. What's the ETA on bombing Iran?
Our jets are fueled and ready to go.
I'm gonna need you to hold off on that. I feel kind of bad, but
You feel bad? I feel awful. You want us to bomb Iran on your timetable?
Benny, I'm not asking you to hold off forever. Perhaps until just before the U.S. election.
The future of Israel hangs in the balance. And you dare to use us as a pawn in your campaign to be re-elected? Just who the hell do you think you are?
Well, Benny, I think I'm the guy who sends Israel $3 billion a year and who supplies you with every fighter jet, tank, jeep, and assault rifle in your army. And I'm the guy who can stop all of that by just signing a piece of paper.
When would you like us to bomb Iran, Mr. President?
How's November?
Perfect. Wonderful weather that time of year.
Why are we doing this? Because here we can. From me team and the team is Hamburger, goodbye and Futsek.
The Royal Mtondo is clean, Your Highness.
Thank you very much.